it's Marcus Guiliano from Aroma Thyme Bistro. I'm here today. Very excited today, besides all the noise in the background. I guess everybody else is excited, like so excited. It's actually my son Justin making a huge salad. But I'm so excited today because I'm here with Scott from Millbrook Vineyards. Now Millbrook, I've always liked Millbrook, and I used to actually work out in Millbrook at the country club, at the golf club. I was a chef there for a season. So, you know, I used to drive that hour and 15 minutes over that direction across the river. But, and at the time they were supporting Millbrook, and I hope they're still supporting Millbrook.
They still are, very much so.
It's right in their backyard, and it's really in our backyard, because we're in the Hudson Valley here in New York, and you're here tasting me on some wines, and, you know, I've always loved Millbrook, and we're just going to do a quick run through of the wines, because we stock a lot of these wines, and if I don't stock these wines, I'm going to buy these wines, because you did a good job today.
Thank you.
You did a really good job. You're showing me some good wines. So the first wine here is a Tokai.
Tokai Friulano. And this is a very unique grape for us because we grow it at Millbrook. It's an Italian grape variety that is well known just in our local area. We have been growing it since the mid-'80s. It's an Italian grape variety. We do it stainless steel, so it's very fresh, very crisp, very clean.
Now you're one of the only ones in New York State doing Tokai.
The only one doing Tokai. A little bit out on Long Island, but very, very small amounts.
Very small amounts. What's your annual production
We
case
do about
wise?
1,300 cases of it. It's one of those wines that's a summer wine. By September, we're sold out. It's very, very popular. We just actually released it. It's the first of our 2009 vintages.
Okay, so you're sold out at the winery, but
It's available for you as a restaurant.
As a restaurant, a little longer,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming some wine shops will have stock a little longer.
Stock that'll go into the first evening.
But I gotta tell you, this has a nice zing to it, it has an acid, it has a fruit to it. I mean, it's a very pleasant wine. I see this going with seafood, with chicken.
Nice with sushi. Nice with Asian cuisine.
Asian cuisine, like a curry.
Spicy curry, exactly.
Yes. So I'm immediately thinking about our tuna here. Immediately thinking our shrimp here, our curry dish, right, Kevin? Our red Thai curry. Even by itself, I gotta tell you,
you can drink it as an aperitif.
sitting on your deck outside, you know, at nighttime, little fire pit going.
We actually call it a patio pounder.
Okay.
Or a summer sipper, so it works real well. We also grow Chardonnay, so I brought two of our Chardonnays today to kind of compare the two of them. The first one we're going to do, Marcus, is our New York State Chardonnay, which we actually use grapes from all three grape growing areas.
Okay.
Out on Long Island.
Long Island.
In the Finger Lakes area, and then at Millbrook. And
Okay.
with our Millbrook grapes, we normally do a barrel fermentation on them, so they're a little richer and a little oakier. But with this one, it's about 2/3 stainless and 1/3 oak, giving it that fresher, kind of livelier taste.
I don't know any Chardonnay drinker that will ever complain about this. This has, the character has a nose, it has that oak, it's got the buttery going on. It's really...
A lot of citrus.
Lots of citrus.
Qualities in
Yes,
it.
yes.
It's very, very nice and fresh.
Now, did you say this was stainless steel? Or is it...
1/3 oak, 2/3 stainless.
Okay.
We
Because
do
I made a
bulk
comment
stainless
saying oak, and
back in.
I didn't want to, you know...
Yeah.
Wonderful. All
And
right.
then that barrel fermented Chardonnay.
Barrel fermented.
Again, our grapes, Hudson River region, which is very important to see on the label, the Hudson River
Hudson
region.
River region.
And,
the other one had all three regions.
Yes,
Long
this
Island,
is all
Hudson
ours.
River, Finger Lakes.
Finger
This one
Lakes.
has all Hudson.
All
Now,
Hudson
most of the
River
fruit is yours, with the exception
We buy a
of...
little bit from a guy down the road, and it's all barrel fermented, so it goes through full malolactic,
Now-
has a nice creaminess.
Now, obviously, there's a progression here. One Chardonnay at a certain price point, then we're going up to the next price point. Just the nose alone. No Chardonnay drinker will complain about this, I gotta tell you. In my restaurant here, I can still say any Chardonnay drinker, they're gonna love this. As soon as you smell this, you know you're drinking something special. Absolutely. Much deeper, a little more perfume in it.
A lot more richness in the mouthfeel. It's got a lot more body, more of a food wine. Very, very nice wine to go with swordfish, chicken. Again, like you were saying, those richer, heavier foods.
Definitely a richer, fuller wine. Without a doubt, a richer, fuller wine. you're a Chardonnay drinker, you're gonna love this. If you're a Chardonnay drinker, you're gonna go out of your way for this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the bottom line. That's.
We also grow Pinot Noir. These are all vinifera grapes. Here in New York, our owner, John Dyson, was the Commissioner of Agriculture back in the 70s, and he really wanted to focus on vinifera, which are the European varietals.
Which are the European varietals, which Dr. Frank really pioneered in the Finger Lakes. And they thought he was crazy at the time, didn't they?
They did.
They told him he couldn't grow Riesling. And now
it's so
look
well
at New York
known.
State Riesling. It rivals, German
And
Riesling.
the same thing with our vineyards. We persisted. Mr. Dyson felt that he could spend a lot of time and pick the varieties that would grow well for us and focus on them. And we've been able to do very well in sales and grown to about 15,000 cases now.
There's a lot going on in this Pinot. I mean, it almost tastes like there's some kind of like wood action going on in there. It's earthiness, a lot of fruit.
A lot of cherry.
A lot of fruit in here. Very pleasant, easy to drink. I see what you're saying about the cherry, without a doubt.
We've developed more flavors and more structure to it just by allowing the skins to spend more time. We do a kind of a cool fermentation to elongate the time that the skins are with the juice, and it's worked out very well as flavor comes.
Now, if I was blind tasting this, if I had no idea what I was tasting here, I would say this is a California Pinot Noir that's had some time to ripen.
Wow.
That's really expressing some good fruit. Some New York State Pinots can be thin. Any Pinot can be thin. Any Pinot can be thin, let's face it. But once you start working, I think, with the colder climates, like New York, we're not that, temperate in the wintertime here. And we have some summer days that are skeptical. But really with the nose and everything, it gives you that impression that, okay, this has been in some sun-drenched area and it's had some time to ripen, and really some I had the previous vintage. I don't have this vintage here in stock right now, but of course we will have this vintage in stock.
Hopefully you'll carry the new one.
Now we've poured this by the glass for quite some time. The last 4 or 5 months has been steady by the glass, and of course it will be back. Absolutely.
How do people feel about drinking local?
This is a good question. People absolutely feel that they want to drink local. We went to Chicago last week, and we went to a place called Uncommon Ground, green certified restaurant, awesome restaurant. And I saw an Illinois Saval Blanc.
Wow.
And the first thing I said is to my wife, I said, let's drink local.
Yeah, drink local.
And the waiter was like, I'm like, okay, what else do you recommend?
Yeah.
So, but here in the Hudson Valley, Illinois is not known for their winemaking, okay? Here in the Hudson Valley, we're known for the Hudson Valley River region and Long Island and the Finger Lakes. I mean, let's face it, we've got some great stuff going on. So when tourists come into the restaurant, they automatically say, I want to drink local. When locals come in, they say, I want to drink local.
Oh, that's so
which
good
is
to hear.
great, which is really great. And out of all the vineyards in the Hudson Valley, I mean, you guys are in my personal, you guys are in the top of what's going on here. You guys are very progressive. You make a very
so is your
quality product year after year after year.
Yeah.
And we do have some great vineyards in the Hudson Valley. It's gaining popularity, even some of the newer vineyards. Like Bashakill, Paul at Bashakill. He does some progressive things. He's really into it, trying to do everything organic, and really set some nice stuff. One of his bottles, his Gewürztraminer, and one of his estate ones, experienced secondary fermentation. So they're a little spritzy.
Wow.
And I gotta tell you, it's really good stuff. Really good stuff. Accident or not, it turned out well. But year after year after year, you guys roll out a consistent product. You have enough of the production for everybody to get.
So that everybody can get.
So everybody can get. Some of the small vineyards do very small production, doing great stuff. And it's nice if I can blog about it and we can talk about it, but really, I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem getting Millbrook wines in New York State.
No, they're
They're gonna be in the liquor stores, they're gonna be in restaurants, they're gonna be there.
Recognize the label. And our final wine is Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is a grape that, again, ripens a little earlier than Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. So we find that it grows well for us. We actually harvest it in November. And this is a wonderful example of what we can do with a medium to medium heavy red wine. A lot of spice and red.
I get some spice, I get some fungus on here, some like vegetable qualities. This wine does pack it.
It does.
Now, I've never had this here at the restaurant.
No?
But I think you've changed my, not that you've changed my mind, because I've never really said no to this wine. I don't think I've ever actually tasted this wine in a position to place an order.
Yeah.
I might have tasted it here and there in a tasting or something, tasted it. But definitely we're gonna bring this in. Cab Franc is a big seller for us here, especially the New York State Cab Francs.
Yes.
We do very well with the New York State Cab Francs, so we're definitely gonna stick with that. So, today's tasting, Millbrook Wines. I'm here with Scott. What a great tasting. Come to Aroma Thyme. We are here. We'll have plenty of Millbrook wines. Great. Thanks, guys.